record request. I don't know why I don't have permission. Oh wait, yeah, it's recording. Okay. Yeah. So hello. Um, so we're group five, and the project our project is the Taiyaki cards. And yeah, this is our final presentation. So first up, about the project proposal. So our problem statement was, as college students, we all often face challenges when it comes to fully engaging with course materials and staying organized and also retaining their knowledge over time. And because of this, our proposed solution would be a flashcard study program to help students learn the terminology at the same time using a proven learning method called the active recall. And with this application, students can create word decks based on the course topics, practice with them, and also track their progress over time. So what the value propositions that our projects offers is first off evidence-based learning. As I mentioned, active recall is a scientifically proven long-term retention method compared to most passive studying methods. The second is an engaging experience. Our applications have a really cute and engaging Taiyaki theme and also cute animations that makes studying more enjoyable, which increase students' motivation to study. And the next thing is flexible study mode. So with a self-paced flip card for learning and also a quiz mode for checking their knowledge, it helped address different stages of the learning process. And the last thing, it is accessible anywhere. It's a web application with responsive design, so it works well for laptop, tablet, and even phone. And in terms of tools and language and framework, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For framework, we chose to use the MERN stack, so including React for front end, Express and Node.js for back end, and also MongoDB for databases. In terms of libraries, we also use Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS for the UI and also Google Fonts. And in terms of tools for code and project management, we use GitHub for version control, Jira for task management, Vercel and Render for deployment, and also VS Code. Next up is progress update. So on the front end side, we after two 2, 3 sprints, we fully implemented the complete Taiyaki theme UI with custom animations. We built dashboard with deck management, like deck grid display, and within each deck, there's also card management. And then for each of the deck, we also create study mode with flip card animation and self-grading, and also the quiz mode with auto-generated MCQ response for students to check their knowledge.
Okay, so on the backend side, we wrapped up the API routes for editing and creating new decks and cards. We also tested local deployment using MongoDB Atlas to ensure smooth communication between the backend and front end. Finally, we implemented all the endpoints needed for the study mode and quiz mode, allowing the app to fetch and update deck and card data during each session. So here's a quick overview of the backlog accomplishments across the entire project. So this first slide shows what we completed during our initial sprint. At this stage, our main focus was implementing account creation and verification, along with login persistence. We also began setting up the flashcard database and added the basic flashcard CRUD functionality, which established the foundation for the rest of our app. Next slide, please. For the second sprint, we completed the flashcard features and then moved on to building deck creation, modification, and deletion. We then implemented the two major interactive study features, active recall mode and quiz mode. These required more complex interactions and closer integration between the front end and back end. So together, these two slides show how the project progressed from foundational systems in Sprint 1 to fully functional study tools in Sprint 2.
As for our technical debt, so like trade-offs we made for like timely delivery, we did manual testing, so we prioritized that instead of doing automating testing. And for our error handling, they were functional, but they could be more like user-friendly and like be more descriptive about what the error exactly is. And the CSS structure, the styles are really well made, but they could just be more well organized in the long term. So if you wanted to make more features and things, it would be easier too. sort through. As for stretch goals, our high priorities are to implement study statistics and progress history for users to see exactly their progress, and the password reset and email verification for the login and sign up. And for medium priority, we want to implement some public links for deck sharing so you can send your friends your own flashcards and importing and exporting flashcards with the CSV. And then, dark mode. Everyone loves dark mode. And for low priority, it would be rich text images for the cards and folder organization and a mobile app.
So for issues and next steps, we didn't find any major issues with the app in terms of using it, but we did need to make some minor UI adjustments for long card content because they are displayed kind of like a list. So for longer cards, for decks with more cards, it might be harder to read all of them at the same time. And then for next steps, we would want to gather user feedback and also add statistics because the app does show uh the accuracy for individual quiz and study modes, but we might want to be able to show sort of like a persistent statistic representing how well they know the content for each deck that a user has. And then we would also want to consider mobile app development compared to just uh deploying what we already have onto a website. Yeah, and so now I'll demo. Can you guys see my screen? All right. So I have the Atlas data shown here with decks, flashcards, and users. I'll show the users right here, which has a username, email, and password, which I'll enter right now. Oh. Mm, Here, I'll try.
It might be
Okay.
because of the render server. So like if it's like nobody use it, it will
Oh,
like yeah, okay, yeah, it's back up.
okay. Yeah, I think either way we have the code locally, so that wouldn't have been. We could have just. It won't be too bad. But yeah. So when you log in, you're shown all your decks. And you can also have the option to log out. You also get the option to create a deck, and you also get shown your current decks, which are shown here, which are attached to users. When you look at a deck, you can you're shown each of your flashcards inside the deck, which are also sh displayed in the database. And so you're also given the option to reveal cards before studying for them, as well as you having an edit feature, and you're also able to delete and add cards as needed. For study mode, you're given sort of like a Quizlet flashcard setup. So you're given a flashcard and then you can self-test yourself on whether or not you knew it. And it'll show you how many you got, how many you didn't know, and then your final score. We also have the quiz mode in which users can test their knowledge without being sort of forced to self in order to without being forced to self guess how well they knew it. And so similar to study mode, it'll show you how many you got correct and then your overall accuracy and as well as what questions you got wrong. And yeah, that's basically the major functionality for our app.
Okay, while you have it open, do you mind also demoing creating a deck and creating cards inside the deck?
Yeah. I'll call it biology notes, biology facts. Yep, and it should show the database as well. Then you can add flashcards. For example, what percent of the card? Yep, and it shows up in the database. Then for study mode, yeah, quiz mode is disabled because quiz mode uses other answers. So I'll add another one. Um, I'll say like what's what color? I'll say which activates study mode since there's not enough questions. Yeah.
Just wow, you guys did a really, really great job on this overall project, and the presentation also very thorough. Same with the demonstration. I'm really glad to hear that you guys were able to complete all the functionality you wanted and had no major issues with that. I can clearly tell, low key, it looks really good. I really like all the little animations. Color scheme is really good too. You guys really do have pretty much most of the functionality that you did set out to do. So I am extremely impressed. Just then, out of curiosity, are you guys planning on launching this website? Because it's honestly like very complete.
It's on Vercel right now. So yeah, we did
Hmm.
deploy it.
Wait, that's really cool. I am extremely thoroughly impressed. Um, yeah. Okay, wait, I actually don't see anything else. You guys did a really, really good job with all of this. Oh, so I wish you best of luck with all the rest of your exams, and hope you guys all have a great winter break.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.